House will come to order. The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
This is the final amendment to the bill, which will not kill the bill nor send it back to committee. If adopted, the bill will immediately proceed to final passage as amended. Mr. Speaker, today we come together to vote on an amendment that will not only create infrastructure, but create much-needed jobs as well. Before joining the ranks of Congress last year, I served in the ranks of our nation's military. As a commander of the Illinois National Guard, I oversaw the largest deployment of troops overseas since World War II. Also well known across the state, and particularly along Illinois' Mississippi River border, were the efforts of the men and women of the Illinois National Guard during flood season. Efforts, resources, and dollars that can be saved with the preventative measures funded in this amendment. The amendment before us today provides an additional $10 million to the Army Corps of Engineers for projects that could include levee construction, levee repair, flood mitigation, and flood prevention. Too often, I sent those guardsmen and women to fight floodwaters from the Mississippi River. Too often, I've seen levees break, rivers flow over their borders, and sandbags give way. And all too often, I've seen the after effects of destroyed homes, lost belongings.
The gentleman lady is correct. The gentleman will not resume until the House is in order. House will come to order. The gentleman will not resume until the House comes to order. Please take conversations off the back aisles. The gentleman may continue.
Too often I've seen levees break, rivers flow over their banks, and sandbags give way. And all too often, I've seen the after effects of destroyed homes, lost belongings, and the anguish of starting over again. Just in the past week, 3 bridges across the Mississippi River have been closed due to flooding. 20 roads, highways, and interstates have been closed or temporarily shuttered in Illinois alone due to floodwaters. And the Mississippi River is expected to crest 10 feet above flood stage in some areas this week. This isn't just a Midwestern issue. In the past 5 years, every single state in our great nation has experienced floods or flash flooding. Every dollar that we send to the Army Corps to prevent flooding will be put back into our economy if American families are spared the expense of flood cleanup. We must pass this amendment to provide critical dollars to the Army Corps while creating good-paying jobs for men and women across our nation. This amendment makes all the difference for the people of Alton, Illinois, where the Mississippi River is at flood stage this week. This amendment makes all the difference for the people of Grand Tower, Illinois, where the Army Corps doesn't have the funding to fix the structural inadequacies of the levees the Corps built 60 years ago. Communities are depending on us for leadership. Also included in this amendment is an additional $10 million for the Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy account. Current language in the bill is almost $113 million less than 2014 and $530 million less than the administration's request. We simply cannot afford such harsh reductions in funding for an area where our country desperately needs growth, energy efficiency, and independence. A great example of energy efficiency, infrastructure, and operations is Southern Illinois University in my home district and my alma mater. SIU is committed to sustainability and green operations across campus. The university believes that higher education should be ecologically sound, socially just, and economically viable, giving students a healthy environment in which to live and learn. SIU was again named to a green college by the Princeton Review. SIU maintains green jobs and green processes through their vermicomposting center, designed to take food scraps from dormitories and turn it into compost for campus gardens. The new Transportation Education Center earned an LEED Silver Certificate. It's programs like these that this amendment will support. Now, like all of you, I had the opportunity to listen to my constituents this past week. Over and over again, my constituents stopped me to ask, why do we spend billions of dollars, billions of tax dollars, to build and rebuild other nations around the world, while so many of our critical improvements need to be made here at home? This amendment won't address all those needs here in America, but it is an improvement to this appropriations bill and an investment in the long-term needs of our country. I urge you to vote yes for flood safety. You vote yes for jobs. Vote yes for energy independence. I urge you to vote yes for this amendment.
Gentleman's time.